Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another movie reaction. This week I've decided to react to Misery. Now what do I know about Misery? Quite a lot actually. Obviously Misery is one of these films that somewhat transcended pop culture a bit. Some of its scenes are very well known, like I'm aware it's about a guy that gets kidnapped by a woman. I'm aware that there is a scene where she breaks his legs with a sledgehammer. I think anybody who hasn't seen Misery knows that scene is in Misery. In fact, if you've ever watched The Reactor and they act absolutely shocked by the leg break with a sledgehammer scene, they're being somewhat disingenuous and misleading because every motherfucker knows she breaks his legs at some point with a fucking sledgehammer. That being said, aside from that, I know very little about this movie. I don't know why. I know she's trying to keep him captive. I don't know why she's trying to keep him captive. Maybe it's just because she's a fucking psychopath, but also maybe there's more to it than that. But there is of course only one way to find out, so without further ado, this is Misery. Never seen this shit before. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. Oh, and I also know this is a Stephen King story. Stephen King has had so many of his novels turned to films now. He's an absolute legend of the horror genre, both in books and in movies that have been made from his books. Also, he loves putting writers in his stories, projecting himself into a character. James Caan, the legend. Rest in peace to James Caan. Oh shit, he's an actual novel writer. This is basically Stephen King. If Stephen King was a mafia associate, I'm telling you, James Caan was a real guy, not just in The Godfather. He had to ask permission from the Colombo crime family to audition for The Godfather, if I'm not mistaken. Hired a Colombo associate to get money back from Joe Pesci one time, I believe. He knows guys, and those guys will break your fucking legs just like this woman's gonna do him. He's a fucking deadeye with a snowball. Nothing like a snowball fight in Scotland though. They build the snowball around a stone. That'll get you. I love this setting as well. I love snowy weather. I don't know if it's because it reminds me of Christmas or what, but if I had to pick a climate, I would pick like snow cold rather than summer warm. I wouldn't mind actually reading the novel version of this as well to see what the differences are from the book to the movie. Now here's a question. It says William Goldman wrote the screenplay. I wonder why Stephen King didn't either feel comfortable or didn't want to write more screenplays for the books of his that were turned into movies. Oh shit. Not the best start to the day, James. You better hope your fucking book's okay. And you, of course.
What's that?
An old friend. I was rummaging through a closet and was just sitting there.
Is this a flashback? A flash forward?
Not a bad business. And it would still be growing, too. The first printing for Misery's Child was the most ever.
Ah, so Misery's his book. Misery's Child, right. I always just thought it was because the film was fucking miserable, hence Misery. But no, it's a book. We're fine.
I never meant for it to become my life. And if I hadn't gotten rid of it now, I'd have ended up writing it forever.
So he's plagued by the success, thus he's killing off the character Misery. I think that's what he said. I'm assuming that was a quick flashback we saw. Because present time James Caan is still very much fucked. Is this Kathy Bates straight away? Are we going straight away into the crazy lady shit? I think it is. Oh, she's stealing your book, mate, be careful. Misery 3 by Kathy Bates.
There is nothing to worry about. You're gonna be just fine. I'll take good care of you.
I definitely would not be believing that echo. Poor James looks fucked.
My name is Annie Wilkes.
I'm one fan.
Yes, that's right. I'm also a nurse.
Oh, well, that's handy. It's always a good day when you get found by both your number one fan and a nurse. It's a shame she's a psychopath, but, you know, she seems okay so far. And she doesn't seem to be lying. She seems like she is actually a nurse. It's quite a professional home setup she's got with an IV drip.
Thank you.
So how does this turn bad? Because she seems really nice and he seems very grateful.
I tried calling, but the phone lines are down.
Unless she's lying.
Your shoulder was pretty badly dislocated. It was a little stubborn, but I finally popped it back in.
Sounds like it was fucking brutal.
I don't think there's a doctor who could have done any better.
Jesus Christ. They look infected.
You have a compound fracture of the tibia in both legs, and the fibula in the right leg is fractured too.
His legs look so fucked up. I mean, my first question is though, how did she find him in the middle of nowhere? Because it seems too much of a coincidence, her being the number one fan, you know, of him and finding him. But it seemed like it was legitimately him who accidentally crashed without any intervention. So was that truly just a coincidence?
I think one of my clients, Paul Sheldon, might be in some kind of trouble.
You mean Paul Sheldon, the writer?
Everyone's heard of him.
Everybody sure likes those misery books.
Yeah.
The bane of his life.
Well, there wasn't any word from him.
You think he might be missing, huh?
Taking this guy's a cop or a private investigator or something.
I'll put his name through our system. If anything turns up, I'll call you right back.
Oh, he's the sheriff on some Wild West shit.
You got a phone call? Busy morning.
Yeah, work.
One phone call must be quite a quiet police station.
It wasn't a miracle at all. In a way, I was following you.
Okay, that makes sense. She must have felt so thankful that she got an opportunity to jump in and keep him to herself for a few days.
I was on my way home, and there you were, leaving the lodge.
She's doing a good job shaving him.
Lucky for me, too. Because now you're alive, and you can write more books.
Yeah, not like I've saved a human, but good, I want more of your fiction.
Well, I do have a very hard and fast rule as to who reads my stuff at this early stage. My agent, and anybody that saves me from freezing to death in a car wreck.
At least he'll make an exception. I'm the same when I write, I don't want nobody reading my first draft. Do you know how much I change between the first and third drafts? Some whack shit in that first draft that's for nobody's eyes but me.
You can tell me what you think it's about. Maybe you can come up with a title.
Like I could do that.
She seems really nice just now. If she'd have saved me from a car wreck and done this same thing, aside from her following me, I would let that slide because she seems really nice. There's nothing wrong with a really nice person following you, until they bring out the sledgehammer.
I bet that old Mustang is pulling into New York right now.
I'm sure you're right. Thanks, Libby.
My pleasure.
The sheriff's on the case. I hope he's the sheriff. I think his name's Buster, but I like calling him the sheriff. It's far more authoritative.
I know I'm only 40 pages into your book, but...
Well, what?
She sounded like she was going to be critical there.
Pretty rough stuff.
The swearing, Paul.
Are you shitting me? Sorry, she would hate me too.
What do you think I say when I go to the feed store in town? Oh, now, Wally, give me a bag of that effing pig feed and 10 pounds that bitchly cow corn.
Okay, now she's letting this psycho out.
Oh, Paul, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I get so worked up.
Paul, run. I don't care if your legs don't work. Do a handstand and hand run the fuck out of there.
I love you, Paul. Your mind. Your creativity. That's all I meant.
Okay, this is the first scene where we see clearly that she is quite an unhinged individual. There's a lot of static and panning shots, you know, back in this era of film. It's still really well photographed. The director of photography is doing a great job. I love the way everything's been framed so far.
Virginia, when you're in this car, you're not my wife, you're my deputy.
He should be thankful he's still getting action at his age. I appreciate his wife's enthusiasm.
Could have been the weight of the snow.
Yeah, could have been a rotten branch, could have been the wind, could have been a lot of things.
This sheriff is pretty good, because I think this is where he went off the road. His car's not there.
Need some help?
No, I'm enjoying myself. Thank you.
I instantly like this couple. I guess the car could still be there, but more snow set on it maybe? He was so close. His intuition was doing him a service there. He just didn't quite go down far enough. She's even starting to open doors creepily.
Look what I got. They had it at the store, Paul. There was a whole batch of them there. And as soon as I saw it, I slammed my money down. I got the first copy.
Don't act like you don't already have a copy.
Phone's working.
Well, mine's still out, but the ones in town were working just fine. I called that agent of yours.
She seems like she's full of shit now.
What a wonderful first page. Just to read the name Misery
My daughter's gotta
Chastain.
be going nuts.
Oh, she hasn't read this one. I hope she fucking likes it.
Oh, Paul. What a poet you are.
After that scene, all these compliments now just sound creepy as fuck.
Oh, pooh. I can't think of any words. Would great be insulting?
I can live with Ray.
Poo's a swear word too, you hypocrite. It's just a baby swear word.
A perfect thing.
I hope before the end of this film he tells her how much he hates writing those fucking Misery books. Hey! Far more welcome than the crazy lady. That pig's such a G.
Paul, say hello to my favorite beast in the whole world, my sow, Misery.
Oh, the pig's called Misery.
This farm was kind of dreary with just a few cows and chickens and me, but when I got Misery here...
I'm the #1 fan of Misery the pig.
I'm on page 300 now, Paul. And it's better than perfect.
She is getting through this book fast.
The Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, that and Misery's child. Those are the only two divine things ever in this world.
Holy shit. These comments are reaching creep levels. She does have a very endearing side so far though. She seems like a lonely lady, you know, living out there by herself.
For a while, I thought I might go crazy.
I know how that can be.
Well, lucky that didn't happen.
Night shifts can be lonely at a hospital. I did a lot of reading.
Also, it doesn't surprise me actually that she's a nurse because apparently I was reading this list the other week and that is one of the top jobs in the world that psychopaths are attracted to.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not against marriage per se, but it'd take a pretty special guy to make me want to walk down that aisle again.
Oh, I'm sure they're just lining up.
It boils down to respect. People just don't respect the institution of marriage anymore.
Don't shake his piss at him while you're making a point.
I'd love to stay here and chat, but I'm right at the end, and I gotta find out what happens.
You can tell this is Stephen King somewhat airing his grievances and having commentary on what a true fan is. She claims to be his #1 fan, yet hates his new passion project and loves the shitty series he's just putting out.
She can't be dead. Misery Chastain cannot be dead.
Ah, it's because he's killed off the Misery character.
The spirit is the important thing, and Misery's spirit is still alive.
I don't want her dead! I want her!
Holy shit.
You murdered my Misery!
Eddie!
Damn.
I thought you were good, Paul. But you're not good. You're just another lying old dirty birdie.
I can't believe she took it that badly. Lots of great characters get killed off. We have to let them go.
Your agent, not your family, because I never called them. Nobody knows you're here.
I don't want to keep foreshadowing the sledgehammer scene, but I'm assuming she just does it to keep him there longer as his legs heal, because she seems like she doesn't want him to leave ever right now. I mean, what can he actually do in his weakened state though? If I was him, I'd like go crawl outside and hide in like the pig shed or some shit. Do something. Just get the fuck away from this chick. If she comes back and catches him doing this as well, she will be fucking fuming. But I would do the exact same thing. His feet look like every bone in them's broken. I know she said she didn't mention any breaks in the feet, but his feet look worse for wear. What I'm liking about this as well is this is basically Stephen King sitting down and thinking, what is my worst nightmare? And this is basically us watching his worst nightmare. Could he crawl to the kitchen and get a weapon or something? Of course she's locked the door.
No bother at all. Call any time. Goodbye, Miss Sindel.
All right. Well, I sure appreciate it.
I like his woolly cardigan he's chosen for today's shift. Ready for all conditions.
What are you doing on the floor? It's all my fault. I'd had a proper hospital bed. This never would have happened.
At least she's taken this well.
Oh.
Oh, please. Wait.
Oh, you're such a crybaby.
He's doing such a good job acting as debilitated as his character is as well. I'm feeling his pain.
I have a big surprise for you. But first, there's something you must do.
Don't like the sound of this.
I asked God about you, and God said, I delivered him unto you so that you may show him the way.
Show me the way.
Yes.
What the fuck? It's a barbecue. She gonna burn his book? What an absolute bitch.
You must rid the world of this filth.
You want me to burn my book?
What if he just does a second draft and changes all the shit fucks and bitches to poo?
Every publishing house in New York is reading it now. So if you want me to burn my book, fine. You're not really ridding the world of anything.
She won't like hearing that.
When you were 24, you wrote your first book and you didn't make a copy because you didn't think anybody would take it seriously. But they did, and ever since you've never made any copies because you're superstitious.
Oh shit, was he bluffing?
As long as it does exist, your mind won't ever be free.
I cannot believe this. Think of the time he spent writing that. As a writer, this is absolutely offensive. I take offence to this shit. If someone ever did this to me, I would burn them before I burnt my work.
We're put
Oh
on
my
this earth
God.
to help people, Paul. Like I'm trying to help you.
Okay, burn your book. She's about to set you on fire. I feel his pain though. Proper spent time on this. He's proud of it. It's the first thing he's been able to write that isn't a Misery sequel for years and years.
Oh, my goodness. Goodness gracious. Oh, my.
And look at her, back to her sweet as pie routine now he's done it.
Goodness. Oh, heavens.
Okay, this is the point in the movie where I officially absolutely hate this woman. If you're telling an artist what to draw, is it even his art anymore? You're guiding his mind. It might be his skill, but it's not his art. Oh, I hope they notice the smoke from that fire. It's just coming out the chimney.
That's the Wilkes farm, straight ahead.
So he knows of the farm as well.
Well, there's nothing else out this way. Let's circle back.
Oh man, he's been so close so many times.
I do believe the winters are getting shorter and shorter every year. People say it has something to do with the ozone layer. What do you think?
I think you're a book-burning bitch.
Here's your novel.
He's felt enough pain today. You've just burnt his year's work there. What's his plan? Maybe he just doesn't trust the pills anymore. I wouldn't.
And he shows up without no tie. No, and he has these black shoes on.
How come he's on prison scraps and you're in the next room eating potato chips, drinking a full fat cola? Seems a bit unfair. He's got some sort of plan though. Is he gonna try store up the pills and like poison her or something?
See, isn't this nice?
Great. I always wanted to visit the other side of the room.
It looked so mysterious from the normal side.
If I knew this was going to be the surprise, I'd have burned all my books.
Much better than having her put a razor blade to your neck.
It's a very big day for you, Paul. You just sit tight and I'll set everything up.
Oh no, is this the day of her surprise?
You're gonna write a new novel. Your greatest achievement ever. Misery's Return.
Fucking hell.
A book in my honor for saving your life and nursing you back to health.
I think at this rate he should take all those stored pills and just swallow the lot.
I have total confidence in your brilliance. Besides, the view will inspire you.
It is a nice view. Of all the horrific things she has to offer as a person, the view is not one. The view and the pig are the two upsides of this place so far.
Don't you worry about that. You'll have total solitude so you can concentrate on your work.
Great.
You could use that to pick a lock or something.
It's missing an N.
It's two of the letters in my favorite nurse's name, Annie.
You fooler.
Oh, he's being smart. Keep her on side. Also, does that mean he's going to have to write this book without using the letter N? That's some Dr. Seuss level of self-restrictment.
Oh, it does smudge after all. Isn't that fascinating?
Not really fascinating.
Any other crucial requirements that need satisfying? Would you like a tiny tape recorder? Or how about a handmade set of writing slippers?
She seems like she's getting a bit sarcastic there.
Well, I'll get your stupid paper, but you just better start showing me a little more appreciation around here, Mr. Man.
Oh shit! I tell you what makes her character really scary is that she flips on a dime. Like 1 second she'll be sweet as pie and then the next she'll just be absolutely psychopathic. She's not psycho the whole time. And that's what makes it even scarier. Never knowing when the next time she's just gonna flip out on him is. Okay. He's got another tool. So far he has 4 sleeping pills and a hairpin. What can he concoct with these things?
Come on, you've written about this, I'll do it.
Oh, nice. The only bad side is he better be able to learn to relock that shit as well. Because if she comes back and it's unlocked, he might be in some trouble. But if I was him, the first thing I would do right now is wheel myself into that kitchen and get all the knives. There's no point going out, he's too far away and he can't walk. But if he can make it to the kitchen, he can arm himself and shank this bitch. Oh, telephone. Even better. I don't know why I went straight to stabbing instead of telephone, but you know, forgive me. I'm Scottish. Oh, okay. I was right to go to stabbing first then. More fool you guys going to the fucking empty telephone. Stabby stabby. You better hurry the fuck up back to your room, mate. I was gonna say, she seems like the type of lady that will notice. He sat it the wrong way round, I bet she notices that. She's already got a signed picture of him, so he must have met her in the past. This could also be handy. Kitchen knives. All the knives. Get knives. Oh shit, I don't know if he's ready for this. Why is his first thought not weaponry? If he doesn't get back in his room, she is gonna fuck him up. Bingo. Take them all. Oh, you're a fucking idiot. You deserve sledgehammer, James. I'm with Kathy. Hurry up. This is tense. This is really well filmed to create tension. Hey, he did it. You've saved yourself an ass whooping.
What have you been doing?
You know damn well what I've been doing. I've been sitting here suffering. I need my pills.
Oh, good cover.
It just breaks my heart to see you like this.
Oh, that was close. You never know if she's gonna buy what he's saying or not. She seems very suspicious.
Here you go. And I'm absolutely certain the main reason I've never been more popular is because of my temper.
Yeah, I wonder why that would be.
In case you think of any ideas, think of me as your inspiration.
Oh god, it's gonna be a blank canvas.
Mwah!
I feel sorry for the act he's got to put on here. This is brutal. Oh, they've spotted the car from the air. Nice. And they'll find 2 sets of footprints as well, so they'll know someone got him.
We also know that if anyone had found him, they would have taken him to an area hospital.
Not everyone. He's noticed the crowbar mark.
He never crawled out of that car by himself. You see the dents on the door there. Someone pulled him out.
He's smart. Oh, has he made a little pouch for his pills? I was going to say this would make a great book for him, but it is a book. Stephen King's book. He wrote this shit. Although I think if Kathy Bates had kidnapped Stephen King, she'd be in more danger than he was. Ah, writer's block. We've all been there. I used to get it when I was young. As I got older, I realised there is no such thing as writer's block. And even on a day when I'm feeling uninspired, if you write like 100 lines and 4 of them are good, it's not a wasted day. Writer's block to me is like an excuse. There's a difference between motivation and inspiration and regiment. And if you're a regimented writer, you can break through writer's block and not have to wait for motivation or inspiration. Both of those to me are just excuses to spend a day not writing. And I wrote every day for years.
You'll have to do it over again. It's not worthy of you. Throw it all out. Except for that part of naming the gravedigger after me. You can leave that in.
Creative control Annie over here.
My favorite thing in all the world was to go to the movies on Saturday afternoons for the chapter plays.
Cliffhangers.
I know that, Mr. Man. They also call them serials. I'm not stupid, you know.
Mr. Man. Not the most used insult nowadays.
Just before the car went off the cliff, he jumped free, and all the kids cheered. But I didn't cheer.
Of course you didn't.
They just cheated us. This isn't fair. He didn't get out of the cock-a-doodie car.
Oh my god. She is so good at acting crazy.
Misery was buried in the ground at the end, Paul, so you'll have to start there.
How the fuck is he supposed to bring her back to life from burial? Zombie misery? Return of the living misery? 28 miseries later? Please like it.
Oh, Paul. When Ian realized that the reason they'd buried Misery alive was because the bee sting had put her in that temporary coma.
Nice, temporary coma. Good call. You saved yourself an ass whipping.
Will she still love him with that special, perfect love?
You'll have to wait.
Oh! Misery's alive! Misery's alive!
Shit. Well, whatever you're doing, keep doing that. It's much better to have it in this mood than the other mood.
You do like Liberace, don't you?
Whenever he played Radio City, who do you think was right there in the front row?
Who doesn't? He's like a human disco ball. Not calling disco balls gay, just saying they're quite flamboyant. For ceiling ornaments.
To celebrate Misery's return. I couldn't have done it without you.
It would be an honor.
Ah, he's gonna try slip that shit in her drink at dinner. I'm with it. Kathy Bates is putting in one hell of an acting performance in this movie. Not to say James Caan isn't. James Caan is playing his part very well, but Kathy Bates' part is harder to pull off, and she is pulling it off flawlessly.
Jim, we've been through this before. If you're gonna have benches out in front of your store, people are gonna want to sit on them.
Oh, I feel his pain writing these books. Even by the covers, they look tiresome.
What do you expect to find? A story about a guy who drove his car off a cliff in a snowstorm?
You see, it's just that kind of sarcasm that's given our marriage real spice.
To be fair, she was still rubbing your thigh in car. After like a 50-year marriage, that is good work.
I hope you like it.
It looks wonderful. So do you.
Oh.
He has learned how to control the monster.
To give it that little extra zip, I mix in some Spam with the ground beef.
Doesn't sound that nice, but you know, if it works for him.
Do you have any candles?
Oh, I'll go look.
Oh, come on. I hope his plan works.
I just picked things up over the years.
Well, certainly says you.
You would be quite creeped out having your entire book collection and a signed photograph of yourself over your own shoulder while dining.
Brought her back to life.
Oh, Paul, I get goosebumps every time I think about it. Oh.
Oh no. Fuck! It took him so long for that plan as well.
To misery.
Misery.
I think he means that in a literal sense that time. Oh my god. How is he going to get out of this shit? I suppose now that plan's out the window, we've got to put our faith in this sheriff, cause he seems like he is all out of options.
Paul, this is positively the best misery you've ever written.
I wonder how long he's been there now. At least he's still inspired to write. After that pain pill thing fucked up, I would have just been ready to die. Fuck this woman. I'm not writing your book. Oh my god, how many chapters are in this opus? To be fair, he actually seems like he's getting into it a bit. Maybe it will be a good book. Maybe he'll be like, you know what, I'll actually publish this after all. And at some point, she's going to have to let him go so he can hand this in.
Here's your pills.
Why is she so miserable today?
I only love the writer part of Paul Sheldon. But now I know I love the rest of him too.
Oh god, you did this to yourself with the dinner, Paul.
Why would I leave? I like it here.
That's very kind of you. But I'll bet it's not altogether true.
Yeah, she's not that stupid. She knows exactly what she's doing to you. You can't convince her otherwise.
Sometimes I think about using it.
That is fucking terrifying. Did she mean that as in she's just gonna come back and shoot him? She can't, because we haven't seen the sledgehammer scene yet. Does she mean she's gonna kill herself? Is that how this ends, with her shooting herself? Hey, finally. Finally reached for the knives. This would have been over a long time ago if I was that dude, because you know the first room I was going in was the kitchen, and the first thing I was grabbing was all the knives.
They're hauling misery into court.
That's nice.
He seems like he's actually loving this book. Oh, has she been keeping newspaper clippings about his disappearance? Not the sort of memories you generally put in that book, but you know, each to their own. Oh shit, did she kill her ex-husband as well? How many people has she killed? Killing babies as well. Fucking hell, this woman's evil. It's one of the most sick things ever, and this happens in real life. There's a trial going on in the UK right now about a woman who was killing babies in an infant ward at the hospital, injecting oxygen into their bloodstream. These people are so evil, but they do exist. Nice. He's got his arm back and he's packing. But he would grab the knife at the moment where she now has a gun. You know what they say about knives and gunfights. Oh, that was ominous. This movie does a lot with a little as well. It's a very simple premise, there's not been many sets used, essentially this bedroom and a few other rooms of her house, and it's been such a gripping story. Oh, what the fuck?
I know you've been out.
What?
Oh, this is the sledgehammer scene. Brace yourselves.
My little ceramic penguin in the study always faces due south.
She did notice. Oh, fuck. Now, even though I know this happens, I have not seen how it's filmed. I hope it's not too brutal.
Trust me.
God's sake.
It's for the best.
Eddie, please!
Oh, fuck. That was pretty graphic.
God, I love you.
Oh my god, this woman is so insane. So all hope now truly does lie on this sheriff. He has no other way. She's found his knife, she's found his lockpick, the pills didn't work. It's got to be on this sheriff. Come on, sheriff, we are counting on nobody but you now. He might be on to her now. Her nickname was Dragon Lady. Why are all Dragon Ladies crazy, Daenerys? It matches the quote from the book. Okay, he is on the case now.
Hi, Pumpkin! Such a kidder.
That pig is her one redeeming quality. I fucking love that pig. She is done playing nice, straight in there with the sedative syringe.
When are we going to develop a sense of trust?
You just broke his fucking ankles with a sledgehammer. What sort of trust are you expecting? He trusts you to be a fucking psycho. Oh, come on, Sheriff, we believe in you.
Do you happen to know anything about Paul Sheldon?
Well, he was born in Worcester, Massachusetts, 45 years ago. The only child of Franklin and Helene Sheldon. Mediocre student, majored in history.
Yeah, this isn't suspicious at all.
Here I am, prattling on, and my manners have just flown away. I haven't invited you in. Please.
Thank you.
Be careful, mate, she's got a gun.
When I was praying, God told me to get ready.
I mean, having a shrine is quite suspicious.
God told me, since I was his #1 fan, that I should make up news stories as if I was Paul Sheldon. So I went to town, and I bought a typewriter.
Oh, she's got a little cover story as well.
Well, I always say if you can't enjoy your own company, you're not fit company for anyone else.
Well, you've got a point there.
That's framed so well. She's so creepy, half hanging out of a doorway. Oh, he just can't do anything now he's been sedated. He can't even cry for help.
Come here!
Oh, why do I have the feeling he's about to get killed
Mr.
by
Sheldon?
Oh, fuck! No! Well, there goes that hope.
I put 2 bullets in my gun. One for you and one for me. Oh, darling, it'll be so beautiful.
Is that how this ends? With her killing him, then her? Because how's he going to get out of this now? Please think of something, James.
Now, don't be afraid.
Well, you didn't have to hold up the weapon and the syringe in that manner if you don't want him to be afraid. It's quite scary.
We have the power to give Misery eternal life. We must finish the book.
Good play. Does it work? Oh, I think this might have worked. That's all he needs. Come on, think of something, James. Lighter fluid, okay? Burner, I'm happy with that. Set it on fire right now. He's writing fast.
Get the champagne.
Oh.
I hope his plan works. It's got to. This plan has to work. Oh shit, is he gonna burn the whole fucking thing? That'll piss her off.
Paul, you can't!
Why not? I learned it from you.
No!
Yes!
Not my misery!
Yes! With his typewriter as well, that's so poetic. Oh fuck. Oh mate, you're gonna have to do something here. Nice! Good job!
Hey, you want it? You want it? Eat it! Eat it to yourself, you sick, twisted!
I'm laughing because, like, this is what Stephen King has wanted to do to someone like this his entire life. Oh shit, is that her dead? She looks pretty dead. Whew, that was quite epic. Good job. It was so satisfying watching him burn her book that she made him write right in front of her. Oh no! Nice. Oh, she looks proper dead now. She's got to be dead. Her eyes are wide open. I think that's it. I think he did it. He did. Wow. Done well. Done well. I was expecting the sheriff to pull it out of the bag, but you did it solo.
Very first copy. The word I'm getting is the Times Review is going to be a love letter.
That'll be a first.
Andy's new book is not a misery novel. Thank God. He must be so grateful.
How would you feel about a non-fiction book about what went on in that house?
Gee, Marsh, if I'd have known you better, I think you were suggesting I dredge up the worst horror of my life just so we can make a few bucks.
Would make a good book, though.
Excuse me, I don't mean to bother you, but are you Paul Sheldon?
Yes.
I just want to tell you I'm your #1 fan.
Don't ever say that to Paul. He doesn't like it. Okay, and that was Misery, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, Misery, what did I think of that? Well, first of all, I want to go through the technical aspects first, because I've got to say, even though this is a time before drone shots and tracking cameras and shit like that, and there was a lot of static or panning shots, they were all framed brilliantly, and the director of cinematography did an excellent job filming this film. The story, in and of itself, is great. I would actually love to read the book version of this now to see what differences there were from book to film. And you can tell, like I was saying during it, this is Stephen King thinking, what would my worst nightmare be? And then also giving a little fuck you to fans that don't like the way he writes his books, or if he wants to change genre and they want another sequel. This is him compiling all his frustrations that hardcore fans of his have given him, and combining it with a great horror story at the same time. James Caan's performance was brilliant as the writer desperately trying to escape, but obviously the star acting performance of the film was Kathy Bates as Annie. Incredible performance. I know Stephen King wrote Dolores Claiborne for her after this because he was so impressed with her in this, and I can completely see why now. At first she played the, sweet as pie role, and then only got angry and snapped every now and again, and then slowly descended into full-on psychopath by the end of the film, and she did it so well. Her outbursts of anger early on were brilliant, and then as she got more wide-eyed and manic, She did every single stage of that character perfectly, and I completely bought her as the crazed fan. Also, I don't imagine them needing that big a budget to film this. It was essentially all done in one location in a few rooms, and they were able to build such tension and suspense with such a little change of scenery, need of props or special effects. The only real special effect I can think of is his legs getting broken, and of course the car crash at the start and when the sheriff got shotgunned in the chest. But aside from that, it was very low effects. It was all on the performances and the tension built between him being in this situation and her character, and that is all they needed. I was gripped the entire film, and this just shows why horror is the most profitable genre of film, because if you can create fear and tension, you don't need grandiose scenes, sets or special effects to pull it off well. And yeah, just much respect to Stephen King for writing such a unique story. There wasn't even that big a cast when you think about it. There was Annie, Paul, the sheriff's wife, and the agent, and that's basically all the primary cast. Some of those people weren't even primary. So yeah, very low cast, low budget, but with a huge impact. It's really hard to make a film like that, and they did it perfectly. You guys will need to let me know in the comments below what other Stephen King books have been turned to movies that are great that I might not have seen. I've seen The Mist from the 2000s, I've seen Carrie, I've seen The Shining, I've seen quite a few of them, but let me know your favourites down below, and if I see one I haven't seen, I'll certainly add it to the list of reactions in the future. But wow, once again, you just have to tip your hat to Kathy Bates. She completely stole the show in this movie. It was an incredible performance. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below, and share this around to anybody you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us in future. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.